नमो नमः। एकादशी कक्षा संस्कृतम् आह्लादः। तृतीयः कथापाठः शरण्यः शिबिः। भाषाभ्यासः। प्रथमः प्रश्नः माध्यमभाषया ससंदर्भं स्पष्टीकुरुत। फर्स्ट सेंटेंस माया कपोत वपुषं धर्ममन्वपतद्रुतं. The meaning of the sentence: rapidly he chased the god Yamadharma, who took the body of pigeon by magic. This is the translation of the sentence. Now the reference. This sentence is taken from the lesson Sharanyah Shibih. This lesson is taken from the storybook Katha Sagarah, which is composed by Somadev. This is from the 7th Taranga of Kathapitha Lambaka of Katha Sagar. The explanation: in the ancient times, there was a king named Shibih who used to perform penance. He was a great donor, he was courageous, he was compassionate, and therefore he would give abhaya to all the creatures. To give or to promise, to give abhaya means to promise to protect. Abhaya means promise to protect. So he protected not only his subjects but also all the creatures. He was fond of, he was compassionate towards all the living beings, and he wanted to protect all. When the god of kings, when the king of God listened to the praise of King Shibih, he wanted to examine his courage. Therefore, he took a form of a falcon. By his magical power, another god, Yamadharma, also took the body of pigeon. Now, pigeon is the prey of falcon. Therefore, falcon started chasing pigeon to kill it, to hunt it, and to eat it. The pigeon was frightened and it flew away. This is the explanation of the sentence that why falcon was chasing the kapot, the pigeon. Hen was chasing pigeon. Now the significance of the sentence. Here the gods want to examine men and their merits. It is for the welfare of that man. This we can understand from this sentence. Second sentence. Atyajastadadamyanyan mama mausametat samam tava. The meaning of the sentence: this pigeon has taken my resort and now it is under my protection. It is not possible for me to give it up. Then I will give you other flesh as equal to it. Now the reference. This sentence is taken from the lesson Sharanyah Shibih. This lesson is taken from the storybook called Katha Sagarah. It is composed by the poet Somadev, and this lesson is from the 7th Taranga of Kathapit Lambak of Katha Sagar. Now the explanation of the sentence. In the ancient time, the king Shibih was very famous because he was very compassionate, he was a great donor, he was courageous, he used to perform penance, and he would promise to protect all the creatures. The king of gods wanted to examine him, and therefore, by his magical power, he took the body of a falcon. Also, another god named Yamadharma took the body of pigeon by magic. The falcon started chasing its prey, the pigeon. The pigeon was frightened and it flew and it sat on the lap of King Shibih. Then the falcon said in the language of human beings to the king, "O king, this is my prey. Give the pigeon to me. I am very hungry. If you don't give it, you will find me dead. I will die. Then what is a good deed of you? If you protect the pigeon, I will die. You should also protect me." At that time, King Shibih answered that this pigeon has taken my resort. I have given him protection and I should not give it up. But then I don't want you to die, and therefore I will give you other flesh as equal to it. You can eat it and you will survive. The significance of the sentence: King Shibih wanted to protect the pigeon, he wanted to keep his promise, but then he did not want the falcon to die, and so he was ready to give him another flesh. तृतीयं वाक्यं ततः शरीरं सकलं तुलां राजाध्यरोपयत्. Then the king put his whole body on the weight balance. This is the translation of the sentence. Now the reference. This sentence is taken from the lesson Sharanyah Shibih. This lesson is taken from the storybook called Katha. This storybook is composed by Kavi Somadev, and this lesson is taken from the 7th Taranga of Kathapitha Lambaka of Katha Sagar. In ancient times, there was a king named Shibih. He was a great donor. He was very compassionate and he would promise to protect all the creatures. The king of gods, Indra, wanted to examine him. He took the body of a falcon. Another god, Yamadharma, took the body of pigeon by magic. The falcon chasing his prey, the pigeon, both of them came to the earth. Pigeon was frightened and sat on the lap of King Shibih. Then Falcon said to the king in human language, "O king, this is my prey. Give the pigeon to me. I am very hungry. If you don't give it, I will die. Then what is your good deed? What is the use to protect the pigeon if the falcon dies?" Then Shibih said, the falcon, Shibih said to falcon, "O falcon, the pigeon has taken my resort." King Shibih wanted to protect the pigeon and he wanted to protect the falcon also. So he said to falcon that he would give him equal flesh so that he can survive. Falcon was ready, but it said that the significance of the sentence. The compassionate king wanted to protect both the birds, and so he was ready to give equal flesh to Shena also. Hence, he is a great donor. Third sentence, Tatashariram Sakalam Tulam Rajadhyaropayat. Then the king put his whole body on the weight balance. This sentence is taken from the lesson Sharanyah Shibih. This lesson is from Katha Sagar composed by Somadev. This lesson is from 7th Taranga of Kathapit Lambak of Katha Sagar. Now the explanation. In ancient time, there was a king named Shibih, and he was very compassionate. He was a great donor, and he would promise to protect all. To examine him, the king of gods, Indra, took the form of Falcon, and another god, Yamadharma, took the form of a pigeon by magic. The pigeon was frightened. It was chased by the falcon. The pigeon flew and sat on the lap of King Shibih, and then falcon said to king in human language, "O king, this pigeon is my prey. Give it to me, I am hungry. If you don't give it, I will die. Then what is your good deed?" Then King Shibih said that this pigeon has taken my resort. I cannot give it up. I would protect it, but I will protect you also. I will give another flesh to you, which is equal to this pigeon. The falcon was ready, but then it put a condition. Falcon said that if it is so, then you should give your own flesh to me. Even when this condition was heard by king, he was happy. He said, "Okay." And then a weight balance was brought. In one side, there was the pigeon, and in another side, king cut and put his flesh on the other side of weight balance. But then the pigeon was always heavier. It became more and more heavy. Therefore, at last, king put his whole body on the other side of weight balance. Significance of the sentence. It shows that king is ready to give up his whole body, that is his life, his kingdom, his young age, his riches, his wealth, and he is ready to donate everything for the sake of the pigeon, to protect the pigeon. Fourth sentence. Tushtavat kshatadeham tam rajanam chakratu shibim. The meaning of the sentence, that both the gods were very happy. They made the king Shibih's body woundless. The reference of the sentence is taken from the lesson Sharanyah Shibih. This lesson is taken from the storybook Katha from composed by the Kavi Somdev. The lesson is from the 7th Taranga of Kathapit Lambak of Katha Sagar. Now the explanation of the sentence. In ancient time, there was a king named Shibih who was very compassionate, who was a great donor. He was courageous, and he would promise to protect all. To examine him, the king of gods Indra took the form of a falcon. Another god, Yamadharma, took the form of a pigeon by magic. The pigeon was chased by the falcon. It was frightened. It flew and went and sat on the lap of King Shibih. Then Falcon said to the king in human language, "O king, this pigeon is my prey. Give it to me. I am very hungry. If you don't give it, I will die. Then what is your good deed?" Shibih said that the pigeon has taken my resort. I will protect it. I will not give it up. I will give you other flesh as equal to it. Then Pelicon was ready, but it laid a condition that the king should give his own flesh. The king was happy and ready to give. Then the weight balance was brought at the one end. Pigeon was there on the another end of the weight balance. King cut and put his own flesh, but the pigeon became more and more heavy. The king put his whole body on the weight balance, and by this all the gods were happy. Indra and Dharma took their own form. They were happy. They gave the king boons, and they made the king's body woundless again. And so, significance, the king passed the exam of the gods, and he is famous in the history of India that he was a great donor.